Now, as South African cities move towards exposing the benefits of connectivity to its residents, townships are no different. South Africa's largest township, Soweto, has received the biggest deployment of Wi-Fi zones on the continent, with nearly 150 locations now offering residents the World Wide Web. Joining me in studio to talk about that deployment is the Brightwave CEO, Fred Moturi, and he is joined by the head of marketing, Ricardo Gressel. Good to have both of you. Welcome to the program.
Thank you. Thanks very much.
All right, so we've got this massive rollout of Wi-Fi in Soweto. What does this mean? I mean, let's talk about this. What does it mean for the ordinary man in the street in Soweto?
Well, briefly, it's availability and accessibility. For a long time, these platforms were not accessible to the common person on the street, as the case might be. And now, what we're saying is that nobody should be left behind.
Yeah.
This is the new world of the digital world, so it should be available. But more importantly, also affordable, because we know that affordability is an issue. Disposable income is obviously not is limited depending on your income streams, but it should be affordable such that the people in the township are able to have the benefits of accessing the information and entertainment that's available online.
So you've got these 150 stations around where people can access Wi-Fi. But how does it work? I mean, is it free Wi-Fi or is it something that they register for that they have to log into? How does this Wi-Fi work?
Well, it's almost free. We do have a free offering for an hour every day.
Okay.
So if you are within coverage area and you have a smart device, you can get on our network. As long as you're within the coverage area, you can pick up a Wi-Fi network.
So you got 1 hour free per day?
1 hour free per day, and after 24 hours, you can log right back and enjoy 1 hour free as well.
Yeah.
So everyone has the opportunity to get online for a given window of time, after which, of course, there is a slight premium you pay to enjoy extended services and extended applications.
Yeah. How much coverage are we talking about in Soweto?
Well, at this stage, we are about just under at 150 hotspots. We estimate is about 25% coverage. 25%. But our plan in the next 6 months is to do up to about 400 hotspots. That will substantially take it to about 50 to 60%. And that gives us a window to test a number of elements, after which then we will expect to provide blanket coverage around Soweto and expanding it into other neighborhoods as well.
I think it's amazing. I mean, I think this is the way the future's going. And I mean, let's look at the future. Actually, we don't have to look at the future. Let's look at the now. There was a survey that was done basically showing how the world, but let's look at South Africa, is doing this dramatic shift now from voice telephony to data usage, where people are not really making phone calls anymore. That's not the way we want to communicate. It says in 2012 and 2013, with spend on voice dropping from 73% of mobile budget to 65%, and spend on data from 12 to 16. That's the way the consumer's moving. Talk to us more about this behavior.
Well, essentially what it means is that we need to be connected. What's happening is that it's more efficient, it's more effective, but it doesn't just mean from a social standpoint, that communication that you're chatting about, Leanne. It's really about everything from education to health to getting the schoolwork done, which is a lot of what we're finding now, that our students are really looking to the internet and data like we used to with encyclopedias.
Yeah.
So it's really this onslaught of data transfer that's becoming critical, not just from an entertainment standpoint, which we talk about often from social media, which is also education, but especially for just meeting the day-to-day needs. And that's just in the student realm in schools, but also in health and business as well.
Yeah, because it is. I mean, you need it for information. I mean, students need it to study. It's enlightening. Okay, there's a lot of other sides to it, but
sure,
you do need that. But the biggest problem with South Africa is the cost of data.
Yeah.
And we all complain about that. But you're managing to sell 1 gigabyte of data for under 20 Rand.
That's right.
How is this possible?
Well, it's a unique opportunity. It's a promotion. That particular package is only available for that day. But if you look at it in terms of an extended opportunity in terms of data, with our Home Connect product, you have 149 rands, which will give you 1 month of data for 30 gigs of data for 149 for the whole month.
Wow.
So it is obviously price competitive, and it's very specific to the needs right now with data.
Yeah.
It's critical.
It is critical. I mean, it's our eyes and information to the world, which leads me to the next question. This is not only in Soweto, you're also developing this in universities.
Absolutely. We have entered into partnerships because education is at the center of this.
Yeah.
The youth, they're the biggest potential users of online access services that are affordable for their education. And what we're doing is we are taking the extension of the connectivity from the university to the students' homes.
Yeah.
Because what happens is when you're in university, you have access. When you get home, you don't have access. When you're in university, you're studying. You don't really have enough time to get online. So we're taking this to the homes. In fact, we're taking it further from the university. We've connected 15 schools now in Soweto. And we have now a campaign of going back to school campaign, where we're even now talking about home connectivity. Schools extended to homes. At $150 a month, for a family of 5 to 10, we are saying now it's time for every home in Soweto to be on the network.
Yeah.
I mean, penetration for homes, internet in homes in Soweto is about, broadband is under 3%.
Okay.
It is 65% in the northern suburbs. Our aim through this project is to move that up to 50%. The impact of that will be significant because now those who did not have access to quality information will now have the opportunity to do that, especially the students.
How strong is the signal? How fast is your network?
Well, we actually are linked on a fiber network.
Yeah.
So it's the closest fiber to the community, and then we distribute that over Wi-Fi.
Okay.
And the speeds could range up to 5 to 10 to 20 megabits per second. So it is very fast. It's fast, affordable internet. That's what we always say.
Okay, fast, affordable internet.
Absolutely. And now it is within your neighborhood.
Yeah. You talk about that 3% penetration in Soweto when it comes to connectivity. But what about smartphones? We had a previous interview now, which is quite interesting, talking about Ring Credible. I'm sure you know about it.
Yes.
But one of the challenges is that not everybody's got smartphones, and not everybody necessarily has that connectivity on their phone. And I mean, phone for me, I sit in front of a computer perhaps in the morning when I've got that in front of me. Right. The rest of the day, it's my phone that I rely on. But where are we in terms of getting people connected with smartphones?
Well, smartphone penetration in Soweto is, we did a market survey, it's about 15%.
Okay.
So there is a big gap in terms of driving penetration of smart devices. I think the argument has always been if you never needed it, there was not enough utility, maybe there was not enough motivation to scale up to a smartphone. But now the statistics you refer to, where we talk about data becoming the mainstream means of communication, by default requires you to have a smart device. The other day, the MEC of Education was on record as saying in the next 2 years, they want to make sure that every student within Gauteng has a smart device, as a tablet. Yeah. The campaign to drive smart tablets into schools is ongoing. And so this is part of that program. The good thing as well is that the price for smart devices is coming down as the volume goes up.
Absolutely. That's
so a lot of the suppliers are working on programs to get tablets to below 1,000 Rand a month, which is more or less from your 3,000 to 5,000.
Yeah, and that's what you need.
So that campaign is ongoing.
I've got a wrap, but very quickly, in terms of education, Ricardo, you know, like online banking, making our lives easier, how's the education drive behind all of this as well?
Well, the nice thing is that Brightwave is partnered with government, so a lot of the activities that Brightwave will be involved in are aligned to the expectations of government. So the programs that we'll be putting in place are looking to use education, as you would in a normal conventional way, through using data. So the same way that you behave in terms of learning about how to overcome challenges, how to overcome the pitfalls in terms of meeting your goals in banking and whatever will be done through that behavior. So one of the exciting things is that as part of our sales campaign, we're using local Sowetans in terms of communicating. Our Home Connect, our voucher systems are all being used by Sowetans, the local people. And that's what's exciting. And you know, Soweto's very dynamic. Yeah. It's one of the most complicated and complex markets in Africa. And for that reason, I think we're smart about, you know, who we're putting in front as our front line in terms of the new service and the new information. So it's all about awareness, and it's all about getting that information out there.
Excellent, guys. Good luck. Well done. I think it's a brilliant initiative, and we wish you the best. We'll get an update from you in the year, hopefully. Brightwave CEO Fred Moturi, and he was joined by the head of marketing, Ricardo Gressel, talking about this deployment of Wi-Fi in Soweto. Thank you for